Shalom. I'd like to say our praise due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. My name is Kanawak from Great Millstone, Toronto, doing this lesson, and it's going to be in regard to population control. And these are the plans of these world government, the global elite, to try to number the people and to try to basically execute and establish their whole enterprise of the NWO, right? And it's an evil plot, right? And this all goes back to the Tower of Babel, Genesis, I believe 10. Genesis 11 and 1. And the whole earth was of one language, of one speech, so everybody spoke Hebrew, right? Prior to the prior to the flood, and then after the flood, everybody was speaking the Hebrew. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Right, so the Shinar was basically a land known as Iraq today. And they said one to another, "Go to and let us make brick and burn them thoroughly." And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for meat. Had they for mortar. So they're stonemasons, and they were building because they thought that it wasn't gonna. They thought that in case if it rains, that they're gonna basically be living on a high altitude and build high skyscrapers, right, and try to escape the judgment, because during the flood, billions of people died, right, and only 8 souls were alive. Only Noah, his sons, and their wives. Only 8 souls. They said, "Go to, let us build a tower. Let us build a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, that we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth." And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, "Behold, the people is one, and they had all one language. And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, and let us go down and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech." So basically, the Lord used the angels to confound their language, right, of the other nations. And that's what happened. And basically, they still don't, like they're all speaking different languages now, these other nations, but they speak the same language, with their whole Freemasonry, their whole occult knowledge of things on the left hand side, what they all practice. And it's a global club, right, of what they practice, right? They're all doing the same type of ritual, the same thing, but basically they want to have complete dominion of of the sheeple, or of the meat. That this is their plan. The Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of the earth, and they left off to build a city, and therefore the name of it was called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of the whole earth. So basically, they feel like, this whole NWO is new. And this is nothing new, man. All right? And just like what the Lord's going to do, right, and his angels, Yahushai, their plans is going to be null and void. Right? I'm going to play this quick. Let's play this.
Of reducing population growth. That's this big benefit. The key thing you can do to reduce population growth is actually improve health.
In the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations.
I would like to reduce the number of people on the planet because there's too many of us.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population,
Wait. What the?
More of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
What the fuck? Now, the world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that. We're taking things that are, genetically modified organisms, and we're injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein.
What the?
So in the next 5 to 10 years, for the next pandemic, we'll solve all those problems.
You say the next pandemic, there will be another pandemic.
Absolutely. We don't know when.
History.
And this is what they're doing. They're planning, because what happened in 2020, it was just a prequel of what's going to happen now, right? And basically, they want to have the whole mark of the beast system by 2030 instituted, basically have total dominion and be able to control, your thought, have total control. This is their plan.
Says that the next pandemic is a matter of when, not if.
We know what's next. We're going to have another major coronavirus pandemic before the end of this decade, before 2030.
If we really want to prevent the next pandemic, and there will be one, there will absolutely be an outbreak of another pandemic. It may be next year.
We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic. We have to think ahead.
We definitively will have to face other surprises, black swans, as they are called, maybe different kinds of viruses.
But also there will be a surprise outbreak. Most of the work we're going to do to be ready for pandemic 2, I call this pandemic 1. We just need to mess around.
The EPA.
So these are these people's plan, and their plan, the Lord's going to put a monkey wrench in their plan.
Recently approved an experimental use permit to Oxitec, a biotech company funded by the Bill and
That's pretty much it.
Melinda Gates Foundation.
Get Job. Book of Job 18. Sorry. Is it 10? No, Job 18 and 5. Says, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. Right? So they feel like, they're illuminated, their light is shining, but Yahweh Shai, and the Heavenly Father is going to put out that light. Right? The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down, for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. And this is what's happening, because they're gonna be very close to accomplishing this whole end of yo, right? They're on that time, they're on that time, But the Heavenly Father is gonna put a monkey wrench in their plans, But this is pretty much it. Population control and the Tower of Babel, because this is what they're planning, right? And the World Health Organization, their form is a serpent, right? And it shows you that that serpent has a great meaning, right? Going back to the serpent in the garden, right? He was very cunning. Right, and use Eve, to deceive Adam, and basically Adam basically followed Eve, and then we're in this condition, right? But this is the knowledge of good and evil. Now we know, now that we're not gonna experience we know now that we're experiencing the good and evil. So when the elect, when they obtain the tree of life, they're going to be complete whole, and they're going to be complete, and they're going to be judges, right? And this life that we live in is just a experiment, right? um you know we're almost at the end of this age. We're almost at the end of this age. That's why it says for Esau the end of the world, and Jacob was the beginning of it that falleth. Right? We're at the end of an age. But that's pretty much it. So with that, I'd like to say our pretty duty. How about Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, the bond, the apostle of great millstone, peace and better elect. Shalom.